Alicia. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, stick around. If you got your vibe, subscribe. All right, y'all. So a lot has been going on, right? A lot has been going on with Trump and these orders. Social media has been going crazy. So listen, I've been getting 50-50 on the DEI situation, the freeze on financial aid, and it's been some talks where people are saying, they don't understand what Trump is doing. People are worried. We're hearing about Trump wanting these federal workers to resign and take a payout. But I've been talking to some people and they've been trying to better explain the situation to me, and what they're telling me is that what Trump is trying to do with this resignation of the federal workers is he's not trying to make anyone lose their job or quit. He's saying what he is wanting to do is get the remote workers back in the office. So he's saying if you're working from home, he doesn't want that. He feels that you should be in office 5 days a week, and if you don't want to go into the office, then you're going to need to resign. Now, if you do resign, you're going to get a payout. I think it was $25,000. I'm not sure. Or you'll get paid until September. So, he's not forcing people to quit per se. I mean, he's giving people an option, but that's what some people are telling me. That's what people are telling me who have really read the bill, who have really read the act, who've really read all the documents that he's trying to pass. He is just wanting remote workers to be back in office. That's it. He's not telling people, you're fired, you got to leave your job. He just wants remote workers to go back in office. And if you can't do that, put in your resignation. I get people's frustration, because once COVID happened and businesses were closing and shutting down, and then businesses that remained open, they started to be remote and people were working from home during COVID, right? That was a game changer. That was a game changer because before COVID, you didn't really hear about a lot of work from home jobs, or at least I didn't. I didn't hear about a lot of companies allowing people to work remotely. In all of my adult years that I have worked office jobs, I have never had the option to work remotely, to work a hybrid schedule. I was always in office 5 days a week. And then once COVID hit, it seemed like basically all the businesses that remained open became remote. So I get how that became the norm for some people, because once I started working remote, baby, I didn't want to go back to the office either. I didn't want to go back to the office either. Once we got this COVID ban lifted and the world was opening back up again, I did not want to go back into the office. I wanted my company to remain fully remote, but now we're hybrid. We're 2 days at home, 3 days in office. So, I get it, because that did become the new norm, and people started to rearrange their schedules around that, around working remotely, and that became a lot more convenient for people, to be honest. That became more convenient for me to be able to work remotely. So I get it. We done got used to something, and now basically it's getting taken away. So if that is the case, because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really read into the bills exactly, but if that is the case where he just wants remote workers to go back into the office, and if you don't want to do that, then you'll need to resign, it's kind of like I don't know. I get it, but it's like, a lot of people got situations now, and just working remote just really really helps with people's everyday lives, so I don't know what y'all think. I mean, I would hate to be put in that situation to where if you choose not to go back into the office 5 days a week, you basically have to lose your job, point blank, period. There's no in between. There's no hybrid. You are in office 5 days a week. That is what he is wanting. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Now, when it comes to the freezing of the money, right? People losing financial aid, schools losing their funding. People are, they're getting scared. They are getting scared. From what I'm being told, Trump is not trying to take away funding, federal funding. He's not trying to take away grants and all of that. He put a freeze on it for auditing purposes. That's what I'm being told, y'all. That's what I'm being told. Again, I have not read everything, the documentation. I'm getting information from people who have read all the information. He wants to make sure monies are being spent correctly, monies are not being taken advantage of and not being used for what they're supposed to be used for. That is what this freeze is for. So he's not wanting to shut off all funding and stop lunches for kids and housing, financial aid and all that, Medicaid. Like, he's not wanting to cut that off from society. He just wants to audit the IRS and just make sure monies are used for what they are supposed to be used for. A lot of people are saying people who aren't really reading the documentation are making assumptions, and they're spreading all this fear on social media. And we know how social media is. Once you say something, it'll spread like wildfire. We all really need to read into what he's trying to do. Okay, we need to read into it. I need to read into it and really see if this is what he is really trying to do. Because when he was in office the first term, I don't recall him doing anything like this. But now he wants to audit everything and make sure the monies are being spent the way they're supposed to be spent. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. I mean, the judge did put a freeze on this plan. I think I saw today where it said Trump and his team, they rescinded this freeze. I'm not sure exactly, but I would like to think that he wouldn't be pulling all this money, this financial aid, this Medicaid, things that could help people who are in bad situations. I would think that he would not want to put people in bad situations. So if he really is just trying to audit and make sure monies are being spent the right way, then okay. We all know that there are scammers out here. We know there's organizations that scam people all the time. So if he's really doing it for that purpose, to make sure money is being spent correctly, then okay. But how long is it gonna take though? How long is it gonna take? When is this freeze gonna be up? You know what I'm saying? And then everything's back available again. How long is this audit gonna take is the question. Now with this immigration thing, this immigration. So you have those obviously who are affected by this deportation. You have people who are in hiding, trying to avoid being deported. But I would have to say, in regards to that, I mean, if you hear illegally, if you didn't go through the correct process, then I mean, Gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, if you ain't go through the process and now you done been caught, you done been found out, I mean, when you break the law, you gotta go to jail, right? And if you got over here illegally, you gonna have to go back and do it the right way to come over here. You know, I mean, people come over here illegally and end up being terrorists, end up being whatever, you know? So, I mean, when it comes to the deportation, I mean, I wouldn't say that I have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's sad because people who did come over here illegally and then had children while they're here, those children are not going to get American citizenship, and they have to go back as well with their parents. I have heard that. So, I mean, I do feel bad for the children. But I mean, if you here illegally, you know, ain't nothing you can really do about it. Ain't nothing you can really do about it. So my friend who was talking to me about this immigration, he was saying that with this immigration, with all of the people who were here illegally being deported back to Mexico, that is now freeing up jobs for people, right? That's now freeing up jobs for people who really need them. Not to say the immigrants didn't need them, because they needed them too. But you here illegally. You here illegally. So Trump is saying he is doing it for the betterment of the people. That is freeing up jobs for people who live here legally. So, I mean, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I mean, this part of it, the immigration part of it, this return to Mexico policy that he has in place, I mean, I can't say that I fault him for that. You know, I mean, now, the DEI thing, the diversity, equality, inclusion. Now, people are in an uproar about this. People are definitely in an uproar about this. African Americans are in an uproar. So, affirmative action was supposed to be for, you know, African Americans, but from what I'm hearing, the people who really benefited from affirmative action were people from the LGBTQ community, right? Women, not so much black people. I mean, I can't say that is completely true, because I do believe a lot of companies did go by that affirmative action and did hire people of color just so they can be under that umbrella. Like, they're following guidelines, hiring just enough people of color to meet that quota. And so now with Trump pulling the DEI programming, he's saying this isn't a dig to not hire black people or people of the LGBTQ community. He is trying to say people now can get hired based on their skill set. People who really have the knowledge and the know-how to perform the job can get hired, and companies don't have to hire someone else to fill that position just because they are someone of color or someone in the LGBTQ community. You can hire someone who meets the qualifications and not just the affirmative action DEI qualifications. But in the same breath, there's people who are saying, okay, we understand that, but what companies are going to really hire someone who is qualified for the position who is someone of color? I mean, yeah, there are people who are fair. There are companies who are fair. But you still have a great deal of racist people in this world. Racism is still alive and well in 2025. There are companies who will pass over an individual because they are someone of color and give it to another person because they're white. There are companies who will pass over an educated woman in general, not black, white, Hispanic, just a woman, period. Pass over a woman and give it to a man. And she's more qualified. That's what this DEI program was set in place for, to help. But now without it, it's like companies aren't going to now, hire a black person or someone of color. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, it sounds crazy to say, but that's how it is. That's how it is. In 2025, it's still hard for people of color to still get in high positions, to get in high places that they deserve. And that's why you see a lot of people starting their own businesses, starting their own companies, because they cannot get ahead. We cannot get ahead. And that's just how it is. A lot of white people or Hispanic people who aren't people of color will say, black people complain, like, if you're not putting in the work, don't get mad at the company because they didn't hire you or promote you. You just got to work harder. And it's like, it's easy for someone to say when you're not someone of color. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really feel the racism. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel the treatment that we as black people go through. You know what I'm saying? They don't see it. They don't understand it. But then you have some people who do. They do understand it, that there is still racism in this world. And in business, it definitely exists. Sexism exists. Racism exists in business. It's still there. And so people are upset with this DEI because it's not going to help anything. People feel like it's not going to help anything in the long run. Now that's going to give businesses a leg up, and they're definitely not going to hire someone of color or a woman or someone in the LGBT community who is very qualified for the position, because they don't have to now. They don't have to. They're not under an affirmative action or DEI program. They don't have to now. So that's why some people are upset. You know what I'm saying? I kind of get what Trump was doing with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hire people for, if they have the degrees, if they have the knowledge, if they have the know-how, hire them. I get that. I understand that. I don't want you to hire this black person just because they black, and you got this person over here who is highly educated and will be perfect for the position. I don't want that special treatment. If I'm not qualified for it, don't hire me. And that's what Trump is saying. So, but a lot of people don't like Trump, and so they're not gonna see it that way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are upset with Target. There's a lot of stores who have pulled their DEI program, but Target has just been like one of the main focuses. You know what I'm saying? Because Target is a big brand, and they have been known for years to be a company that is very diverse and very cultural and support different communities, and now to hear them pulling their DEI program, it has a lot of people in an uproar. You know what I'm saying? Tabitha Brown has a line in Target. She is still under contract for another year, so she can't pull her products. I don't believe she has a website to sell her products on. So she has to stay with Target, and she's asking her supporters to continue to support her and to continue to buy her products from Target. She's saying, if you feel a way about Target for pulling their DEI program, then only support black businesses that are in Target. Don't buy anything else. Don't buy nothing else. Don't buy nothing from the Drew Barrymore collection. Don't buy nothing from Rachel. I forgot her last name. But don't buy nothing from Paris Hilton's collection. Only buy from the African American companies and businesses and products, okay? Still purchase from Target, but that's what you need to purchase, just the black products. That is what Tabitha is saying. And, you know, of course she's gonna say that. She's got to say that. She's got to say that because it's her business. You know, it's her products, it's her livelihood. You know, she's really stuck with Target for another year, so of course she's gonna say that. It's expected. I wouldn't expect nothing less. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they're not rocking with it. They're not rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of comments under her video, and people are saying that they still love her, they support her, they rock with her, they'll follow her anywhere, but they're not going to support her through Target. They're saying if she had her own website, they'd buy from the website all day. Wherever she want to sell her products, they'll buy from it. But as long as she's only selling products at Target, I think she's got her lines in Walmart too, but if she's only selling her products at Target, they can't support her that way, because even though they're just buying her products or black owned business products from Target, it's still essentially supporting Target because you're buying it from their store. So people aren't wanting to support Tabitha in that way. You know what I'm saying? And she can't help it. Honestly, you know, Tabitha is like stuck between a rock and a hard place because she can't really go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She cannot go nowhere because she's under contract. And she was saying something in her video about it being Black History Month next week, right? And Target puts out their line of Black history items, you know, and for some businesses and companies, this will be their first time having their items out on display in Target for Black History Month. And it's not easy to get a retail deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to get your items sold in a well-known nationwide retail store. You know, you can always sell your products online, on your own website. Like, you can always do that, and that's fine. But to get national recognition from a chain, a retail chain, that's big. You know what I'm saying? And for some businesses, this would be their first time in a retail chain, in Target. And now Target drops this DEI announcement, you know? But I feel like we need to kind of wait it out with Target. We need to wait it out with Target and really see what they're going to do. Because I don't feel like Target is going to pull all of their black products from the shelves. I want to see what they're going to do for Black History Month. You know, I want to see if they're still going to support or if they really are going to pull everything, you know, from the shelves. I mean, Target, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I'm a big shopper at Target. You know, I'm a big shopper at Target, and honestly, like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I'm still gonna shop at Target. And I feel like a lot of people still will shop at Target. They may try to stay face and stay on social media that they not, you know, gonna continue to shop at Target. But I just want to see what exactly Target is going to do. You know, I think we just need to wait it out a little bit, see what Target is going to do. I don't think they're completely pulling their DEI program, if I've read correctly. I think they're just making some type of adjustments to it. You know, I think we just need to stay tuned. Stay tuned. You feel me? So, I don't know, y'all. That's my take on everything. You know, like I said, it's 50-50. People are split up. Some people are just fed up and done with Trump. They can't believe all the things that he's doing. And then you have the other group of people who are saying They rock with Trump. They understand why Trump is doing what he's doing, because it's going to be for the betterment of the country in the long run. And this is from people of color who are saying this. Like, people are saying everyone needs to really calm down and really read the documents, really read the bills and the acts that he's trying to pass, so you can really get an understanding of it. Because people are saying people aren't really divulging into it to see why he is doing the things that he's doing and how it can better us in the long run, right? So I myself fall under that category. Like, I definitely am going to read more into it to get a better understanding, and I feel like everyone else should too. Right now, we're just all filled with anxiety. You know, all we hear, all we see in the headlines is Trump is freezing financial aid and doing this and doing that, and we just all get in a panic without really reading why, you know, without really understanding why he's doing this and how it's going to affect us, if it's going to better us or not, you know. And in the end, he may be fucking us all over. I'm not saying he's not going to fuck us all over. I'm just saying, let's read and really get a understanding of what's going to happen or what he's trying to do. You feel me? So y'all let me know down below in the comments, how are y'all feeling? Do you feel like Trump is really trying to better this country? Is he just looking out for the millionaires and the billionaires and just screwing everybody else over? What do y'all think? And I want logic responses, okay? If y'all are gonna comment, let's think logically. Let's not go off of emotion. Let's read into everything and not just go off of social media posts. You know what I'm saying? Let's really go on the White House website. Another friend told me about this too. If you want to really read up on things and be up to date on things, go directly to the White House website and read over things. Don't go on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and then look at different posts that people are making. Go read for yourself on the actual White House website. You know what I'm saying? Go directly to the source. All right, y'all, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, you must go to vibe. So subscribe. And until next time, you guys, please remember, stay focused, stay laughing, stay yourself, stay what? Stay fly.